Chloe. This time, it's a story I heard in Korea about a bizarre and truly twisted incident that happened in a small bar right in front of a military base. It's a toxic story, all tangled up with love, obsession, and even death. The main character is a young woman named Kyung-hee. She was in love with an officer, a first lieutenant named Kyung-hee, who was about to leave to study in the U.S. He made a firm promise to her, saying, "As soon as I finish my training in America, I will come back and marry you." But Kyung-hee's mother never liked him, thinking he was from a world too far above theirs. "He's not like us, with nothing to our name," she'd say. Kyung-hee's mother, known to everyone as Ajurtae, was a woman with her own long, sad story. Her husband had been a traveling musician who played in bars around the military bases. He vanished one day 25 years ago, and she had been waiting for that heartless man ever since, running that small bar all alone. That's why she wanted a different life for her daughter, a life without waiting. Meanwhile, there was another man desperately in love with Kyung-hee, a sergeant named Lee. The moment Lieutenant Kim left for America, Sergeant Lee started clinging to her. "Kyung-hee, please marry me," he'd beg. He began to spread vicious rumors about Lieutenant Kim. "That man, Kim Jung-wee, he has a fiancé in America. He's not the kind of person who would ever marry someone like you," he said, trying to poison her mind. Not a single letter came from Lieutenant Kim. As the days turned into weeks, Kyung-hee's love slowly curdled into anxiety. Sergeant Lee stayed by her side through it all, relentlessly pursuing her. He boasted that his uncle owned the biggest auto repair shop in Yeongdeungpo, and that he would soon be the vice president, promising he could give her a life of happiness. "People have to marry someone from a similar background to be happy, Kyung-hee. You can't live your life waiting like your mother." Those words stabbed her right in the heart. In the end, Kyung-hee gave in. The fear of being abandoned after years of waiting like her mother, combined with the devotion of Sergeant Lee, made her decide to forget Lieutenant Kim. 3 months after Sergeant Lee was discharged from the military, the two held a quiet wedding. But Chloe, this is where the truly strange things begin. Not long after the wedding, the townspeople started seeing something impossible. They'd see Kyung-hee in the bar with her husband, Sergeant Lee, but at the very same time, they'd see another Kyung-hee sitting alone across the street, drinking by herself. People whispered, "How can there be two of her?" Even Sergeant Lee, standing inside the bar, saw the other Kyung-hee outside the window and was terrified. And that wasn't all. One night, the real Kyung-hee, drunk, mumbled her old lover's name, Jung-wee, and the other Kyung-hee, outside, was seen to break into a chilling smile. It was as if a shadow, a doppelgänger, was haunting the real Kyung-hee, circling her life. The real Kyung-hee began to waste away. She fell ill with a mysterious sickness, growing weaker by the day. Sergeant Lee told the neighbors that he had sent her to a relative's house in Seoul for treatment. But soon after, Kyung-hee was found dead. Her mother, Ajurtae, unable to accept her daughter's death, lost her mind and began acting as if Kyung-hee were still alive. And right at that moment, Lieutenant Kim returned from America, ready to fulfill his promise. But he was met with the shocking news of Kyung-hee's death and that she had married another man. A few days later, Lieutenant Kim went missing. The military police were in an uproar trying to find him. He was being held captive in Ajutae's house. Kyung-hee's mother, living with the ghost of her dead daughter, had imprisoned Lieutenant Kim in her delusion. She treated him as her daughter's husband, carrying on a bizarre, nightmarish routine. For days, Kim was tied up, unable to eat or drink. As he hovered on the brink of death, a miracle happened. The rope binding him suddenly rotted and snapped. Coming to his senses, Kim discovered a decaying corpse in the room. It was Kyung-hee. Her mother had been hiding her body, lost in her madness. Kim escaped, carrying Kyung-hee's body. But Chloe, here's the strangest mystery of all. That rope, why did it suddenly rot and break? Some people say it was Kyung-hee's undying love for Kim, that her spirit, unable to rest, rotted the rope to save him, her final act of love for the man she felt she had wronged. But other people say something else. They say it wasn't love, but the deep-seated grudge of a woman who died in terror after seeing her own doppelgänger, that her resentment created a supernatural phenomenon. What do you think it was? Let me know in the comments.